what's interesting about this show, to me, is that the virus itself is like a character in the show. And it permeates every relationship. It affects, in a really brilliantly dramatic way, every dynamic between the people that we establish. And I'm always looking for what's the most juicy option as an actor when I'm reading something, when I'm making a choice as an actor in a scene. And it's just a beautiful, simple, dramatic construct to have people who are very closely connected, torn apart by something so insidious, something that they can't see, something they don't understand, and something they can't control. And the analogy I use is it's a bit like, there was an article I heard about Apollo 13 when they were trying to cast the lead role. And they needed someone that the audience would really empathize with and really be rooting for to come home. When they found Tom Hanks and they chose him, they said, he's so likable and so loved that it's going to hurt if he doesn't make it home. So I think that's what this show is to me. We see all these people and these interesting relationships and we really want them to find their way home. It's just a really simple, dramatic, device that the virus.
Can you tell us about your character?
So I play Dr. Sabine Lammers. She is a very high-ranking federal official with a medical background who has to come in when things go beyond the local and state level. So she comes in at the federal level. And the stakes couldn't be higher, really, because the nature of the virus, it works so quickly. And it's in the pilot, we talk about the fact that it's proven to be fatal in 100% of all of its cases. She has to go into quite rigorous protocols to try and stop this virus from spreading, and that's why the original series was named Cordon, because she institutes a cordon sanitaire. So she has to lock down and as a part of the city, which is around the hospital where the first outbreak was reported. And from there we see people their lives being completely turned upside down, because there are those who live in Atlanta who can no longer see their loved ones who live a block away because they're inside the cordon. So it becomes very much this division of those who are inside and those who are outside, and what happens to their lives as a result.
In the first episode, you can tell that a lot of the characters, their loyalties are divided between maybe their public responsibilities and their personal loyalties, and your character is a bit more mysterious and seems very driven to just protect the public. But are there going to be factors that complicate that?
Absolutely. I mean, it plays out what you've identified as a very crucial part of the storytelling, even in we're 3/4 of the way through reading scripts, not necessarily having completed them all. And it's an ongoing issue with all of the characters. Is are they really in service of the greater good? And my character has to do a lot of things that makes her extremely unpopular, but she's not there to win a popularity contest. And for her, there honestly isn't going to be an America left if she's not careful. And so that's very much part of the dynamic between Sabine and Lex. She appoints him because in this media age, also what's really interesting is that even a few years ago, without Twitter and a lot of this social media being so active, things could have been handled very differently. And now information as it spreads is going to cause a lot of fear, and when fear sets in, that's when chaos abounds. So her job is to try and keep a very difficult situation under control.
Will we get to know her character more in her personal life as well, outside of her role within the CDC?
Yeah, I mean, I just read episode 11 and I was rather shocked by the information that was revealed about her, to be honest, and I actually texted one of the writers and said, "What the what?" He said, it's okay, just wait till episode 12. I'm like, no, you tell me now. And I still don't know, so it's a nice little juicy cliffhanger for all of us. And we all can't wait to read the scripts, and Julie Black has talked about that, the fact that she's never really worked on a show before where she'll see actors the day after a script's been published, and most of us have read it. The others have been working a night shoot and haven't had a chance, but the crew are also finding it extremely gripping and just sort of turn to the side and try and catch up because they want to know what's happening. It's just it's like a very elegant drip feed from episode to episode, the things that are revealed about everyone. But my character, I think, by her very nature, her design in the story is to be mysterious, and it's quite shocking when information starts to sort of come out about who the people in her life and the decisions she has to make and how it will affect her. It's just, yeah, it's fascinating.
There's a deadly threat looming over everyone in this show, even, you know, the medical staff and things like that. So is there like a fear ever that like your character could somehow become infected and get sick?
I think that all actors are told that at any moment their character could be, you know, that they are dispensable. I mean, it's sort of it's an unfortunate Hollywood convention that no matter what show you work on, if they don't like you, your character could just suddenly disappear. And so this show, I think everyone came in with a very, you know, with very well managed expectations that no one was safe, and that's something that Julie talks about. You know, when we are doing interviews, she'll say absolutely no one is safe. And even though she is following in some ways the structure of the original series from Belgium, it's a different show and she can do whatever she likes.
By nature of the plot, the characters are very segregated, obviously. In the first episode, you interact a lot with Lex. Are there other character dynamics that you get to explore?
Yeah, so I mean, those who are outside the courtroom or those who are directly involved professionally. So I mean, Sabine has contact with Dr. Canitz, Victor Canitz. They're trying to, you know, solve the puzzle together of how to, you know, how can we give people hope? How can we keep them safe? What are the priorities? So she's managing the situation with Dr. Canitz, who's played by the gorgeous George Young. And Lex and she really, I mean, that's the core dynamic for her, is managing, helping, figuring out with him how to best manage the situation on a daily basis. It's one of those interesting shows. It's like the zombie shows or 28 Days Later, you know, that each minute, or 24, you know, each minute of the show, we have to be accountable for what's happening in the storytelling, or at least each hour, because of the way that the virus works. So, you know, her relationships are mostly with the people who are trying to manage the situation from the outside. Well, because it's not, I mean, I think there's been quite a few films, not so many TV shows, and I think what makes this interesting is the ongoing development of the characters' relationships, and how, you know, on an episodic basis, there's a lot of development and a lot of things that affect their ability to be with each other, and to take care of each other. And have you seen the pilot?
No.
Not yet? Okay. I don't know if I'm allowed to say things. I guess I am, because the pilot has been screened, correct? Yeah. I mean, there's obviously certain things that are interesting dramatic constructs that are often used. You know, if someone's pregnant, then that's going to have its own timeline. That's going to be an interesting story to follow, to see what happens when someone is pregnant and has to give birth potentially at some point. You know, when the virus is threatening their immediate environment. You know, obviously at the beginning we see Lex and Jana's relationship in the pilot, and they're at a sort of an interesting crossroad, and I think that we care about these people, and I think that as a TV show we're going to be heartbroken, and we're going to be very invested in them and what happens to them, praying for them.